Hey there, welcome to the 6th tutorial in this series. We've been looking at relationships and we're moving away from those slightly now to identifying attributes which become fields later on in the tables. Well, what we know is we've got 4 that we've been looking at, that is entities: customers, products, shops and sales. Now the attributes for a customer are going to be the characteristics we associate with the customer that we want to know and record, and that's going to be the name, the address, the phone number and so on. But most customers in most shops, even before databases ever really raised their heads as digital opportunities, was true, really, wasn't it, that you got an ID from the shop. That is, the shop would, if they ever delivered to you, they would give you a number, a customer number, so that they could quickly relate to you and say, oh, look up customer 10, that's so and so and so and so. So I've put in customer ID for that property, for that attribute. Products is similar. Most products have an ID, a code number, and obviously they have a description. They come from some manufacturer. For instance, a shower gel coming from one manufacturer is different to a shower gel coming from another manufacturer, or at least in terms of stock they will be. And the phone number is in there as well. But a product doesn't have a phone number. So what you can see there is I've made a mistake. In copying and pasting, I've left in phone number. So, oopsie. Let's make that correct. Now, for shops, they have a ID usually as well, like a shop number 15 in a franchise, and they have an address and a name. Now, the reason I'm talking about these is because when we talk about keys and how we link tables together and successfully manipulate them, we need to know what particular record number that we're referencing. We need to know which entity record we are relating, and so this becomes quite important later on. We could say that a shop is identified by both its name and its address, that two shops can't be with the same name and the same address. That is, they can't both be at number 100 certain road. So we could use what we call joint keys, composite keys there. But the simplest thing is to give it an ID. So that's what I've done. Now, what we need to know about sales is what product has been sold, the date it's sold, and how many have been sold. Again, we don't need the phone number, so I'm going to get rid of that. So let's just reiterate that. The data elements we want to save for each entity we call attributes. And what we need to know, for example, about a product we want to sell is its price, name of the manufacturer, and what type of project it is. That is, what is it about? And usually we have a code for the product itself, a number when it's stored. But I've left that out because we're going to come to that later. The type of product is usually identified by means of a description. So I've used that as a name there for that attribute. Now, just a note here, in case you come across it, of derived data. Derived data, or even computed data, is data you could find out by simply doing some arithmetic or by doing some digging. Now, one of those datums or data items or data that we could find and discover is total sales. How much of a particular product has been sold. We can find that out. However, we could just stick it in here, even though we could compute it. Now the reason we put it in here as derived data is because it's simplest and it actually works quite well to note how many we've sold of a particular product. In the next tutorial we're going to look at primary keys and foreign keys and composite keys in order to move later to a process called normalisation.